What's up, friends? Welcome back to this frequency on this mystical night. Like, look at the clouds right now. I don't know. That's pretty mystical to me. You should feel it out here. Anyway, today, really quick video. You're gonna like this one. Talking about the mind. All is mind. And how can we avoid putting ourselves into negative loops? How can we avoid allowing our thoughts to torment us and send us down into the depths which we constantly have to fight back from? You see, the human condition is in constant flux. If you're anything like me, you have no control over how you feel each day. You have no control over the perspective you bring in. It is crazy. Some days I come in, I wake up, I'm fluid, I'm flowing. I have a positive outlook, a broad perspective. Get right to it, have a good day, right? Really positive thoughts flowing. The next day, I have a darker perspective. Maybe something happened that triggered me subconsciously, right? I don't know why. It could be astrology, it could be many reasons. We're going to talk about the fundamental keys to overcoming this and becoming the passerby. So, in my quote notebook, this is my mentalism page by the Buddha. Good is restraint over the eye. Good is restraint over the ear, nose, and tongue. This is saying you must watch what you consume, because anything that enters the doorway of your mind affects you. Anything that is allowed to enter your mind influences your thoughts. And guess what? Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. This is how they conduct the spiritual warfare, my friends, right there. They program us with a TV that tells lies to our vision. They program society through media, education, indoctrination, religion, blue versus red, like politics. There's so many things, so many facets. But all of it is to attack the mind. You see, all they have to do is put a black box in your living room and give you one of these things, and they have direct access to your mind, thoughts, and consciousness for 12 to 16 hours a day. And if your thoughts manifest your reality and they control what 99% of people are thinking, guess who's in control of reality in this mental universe? You must guard your consumption very closely, especially if you are just beginning to awaken. This is the main thing you need to do. You need to guard what you see. You need to guard your eyes, meaning the media you are taking in. Are you watching TV? Are you watching the news? The subliminal messaging going on at all times in the commercials and all this stuff. Do you have ad block for YouTube? Okay? I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. The only things I look at is books by the highest, like ascended masters, essentially. And my favorite YouTubers, a select bunch, and a few blogs. That's about it. Other than that, I have images printed out. I have my own artwork and stuff. I program what I see very, very particularly, because that is the straight access gateway to your subconscious mind, which communicates in images. Have you ever noticed that you dream about what you saw that day, what you saw the most of, what made the most emotional reaction combined with an image? Welcome to what marketing agencies do. Combine emotional drive with an image they program you with. So guard the gateway to your mind, because anything that enters your mind influences your thoughts. And guess what happens when you have a thought? It influences how you feel, and it influences what manifests. Because how you think, your thoughts and your feelings influence your actions, influence what you do, influence what you want, influence who you are. Thoughts manifest your reality, and all is mind. Getting back to the quote book. It is a man's own mind, not his enemy or foe, that lures him to evil ways. There's nothing so disobedient as an undisciplined mind, and there's nothing so obedient as a disciplined mind. If you're trying to go to the highest levels, if you want to take control of your life, it is about taking control of your mind and thoughts. In order to do this, it all comes back into consumption first. What are you listening to? What music? That music, is it of a low frequency? Is it beta wave technology hypnotizing you and subliminal messaging you to think about drugs, sex, money, spanking bitches, and getting weed? Is that what you're being programmed with at all times through your ears? You must consume you must restrain your nose, what you smell, where you go. Nose, the olfactory sense, is the direct link to the brain, is in fact linked up with the most memory. Ever notice when you come home from vacation how the smell of your house is the first thing that hits you? Restraint over the tongue, what you eat, what you taste, who you kiss, what you put into your mouth. And so whatever you're consuming is influencing what you're thinking about. Think about a relationship. If you're stuck in these low vibing relationships, right, where they're always constantly talking about politics, social drama, war, fake disease, and like all this shit, your thoughts, the 60,000 to 1,000,000 thoughts you have each day, I would say half of them are taken up by whatever is directly influencing you in your environment. Watching your consumption is the first thing you must do when we're talking about taking control of your mind. Getting out here in nature, where you can allow your mind to vibe with the natural frequency of Earth, to align with the frequency of being, this is the purest consumption. This influences your thoughts in a beneficial way. And your thoughts from yesterday, who we are today comes from our thoughts from yesterday. And who we are tomorrow comes from our thoughts today. So this is getting back to the first point I made about how each day it seems like our perspective, how we feel, our performance level, like relationships, there's so many things that are variable, right? And most people's day relies and consists upon how those variables line up. Are you a victim to circumstance? I lived this way for a long time, and my mind is my most valuable asset and my strongest gift. But at the same time, it is my biggest curse, okay? Because I can think so fluidly and rapidly, I didn't have a good guard on my thoughts. I had a good guard on my consumption, but that's level 1. Level 2 is a guard on your thoughts even when you're feeling bad. Even when you have a small perspective, a pessimistic outlook. This is where a quote from Jesus is going to very much help us out. Be the passerby. Okay, I want you to connect with this idea I'm about to present and vibe with this and really see how true it is. All things are temporary. Life is movement. Life is in constant flux. And because of that, our circumstance, how we feel, our perspective, and our thoughts are in constant flux with that. So if you are in pain, if you failed, if you have no friends and are going through a hard time, if you are depressed, we've all been there. And I just want to let you know right now, it is temporary. All pain is temporary. And all bliss is temporary. Do not become too attached to the emotional state in which you find yourself. Understand those emotions are the gift of living here. To experience things fully, the full range of the spectrum. Do not be so attached to that state. If you're depressed, you're in deep rest. You're going deep. It's like the pendulum swinging far to the left. But know that that pendulum will swing to the same height on the other side of the spectrum. Know that good days are ahead. You must be the passerby. Understand all pain is temporary, and this perspective and state, your circumstances externally will all change. You will have very good times in the future and very hard times in the future, but embrace all of it. Know that no strong person had an easy path. And if you find yourself walking a difficult path, which most of us do, know that you just have a higher calling. Be the passerby. If you were the passerby, that one quote, that one statement, that maxim is what allows you to maintain positive thoughts even when all things in your reality, when all things within your circumstances are showing you negativity. Even when you have a small perspective, your wife is yelling at you, you lost your job, know that great times are ahead. Know that you are powerful beyond measure. Know that you are worthy, and know that you are rising, you are growing, and you will reach your greatest version. You will transcend this victim-like reliance on variables. You will take control of your mind and ascend to the highest levels, because you know that all is mind. You know thoughts are creating your reality. You are aware that there is a frequency and spiritual war going on out here as they try to mind control us and feed us stimulus that controls our thoughts. And now you have the tools and perspective to go out there and attack it every day. And don't let lowered states bring about lowered thoughts. Because now we have an obedient mind. A disciplined mind that is perfectly obedient. And your thoughts right now, your thoughts today, manifest tomorrow, who you are tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please hit those share buttons, help me grow, and leave a comment. I really appreciate any your guys' support. Helps me keep going, makes me want to make more videos, and gives me that positive reinforcement. I also have another video coming out about all is mind, and it is another more grounded video like this, helping you guys grow, personal development, and understand how we can take back our power and become the infinite beings which we are. You are powerful. Have a great day. Peace.